Yo, what's up guys? Jay, DCA Adventure, back again with a midweek cryptocurrency market update. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, smash a bell for notifications. Not your financial advisor. Trading is very risky, so don't be trading with money you aren't willing to lose. Somebody in the chat, let me know if you can hear me, if my mic is okay. I got a brand spanking new mic and want to make sure she is working. How you doing, Gundy? What up, nerd? OBS says my mic's working, so hopefully it is. Hopefully. But if you guys are interested in trading, getting some trading tools, you want access to some private channels in the Discord where we're posting trading signals, what we're trading, when we're trading, and most importantly, why we're trading, you need to join the DCA Patreon group, join my tier Trading with the View. And by doing so, you're going to get access to Patreon exclusive trading tools. They overlay your candlestick charts. They help you in making educated decisions. We don't rely on these 100%. Just want you guys to learn how to use it and help you make a good trading decision, right? Also, you're going to get access to the locked channels inside the DCA Discord. And you can join the Discord in the link in the description. All kinds of free information being posted there as well. My buddy Little Time Miner is posting all kinds of good charts. His TA is pretty on point. So go in and check that out. Thanks, Gundy. Appreciate that, brother. I actually downloaded NVIDIA Broadcast again. They finally worked it out, and it actually works now, I think. So, boom. There for a while, when I first downloaded it, when I first got my computer, Mikkel told me, don't do the update, you'll screw it up. Well, then like a year later I did the update and it was still screwy and messed everything up. So at least it's working now, so that's good. I'm trading over at Bybit, Phemex, PancakeSwap, centralized places right now. I'm trying to stick with just Coinbase and Binance. Things are sketchy right now in the crypto world, so I suggest that you guys do not hold any of your crypto on any exchange. You get it on a cold wallet, hardware wallet, something of the sort where you have custody of your keys. Because if you don't, an FTX could happen to anybody. So just be careful, keep that in mind. Jumping over here on CoinGecko, super favorite place to look at the overall cryptocurrency market. You guys can see that Bitcoin is down 5.4% for the week. Now, if you guys tuned in last week to my video, I told you we was going down. I told you. And we will look at the chart and look at the crayon drawings I had on there from last week, and we will break it on down. Ethereum is down 7.1%, coming in at $1,214. BNB is down 7.9%. So I mean, you look down the list, you guys, most of these are going to be red for the week. DOT's down 14%. We got Litecoin down 13%. Now, no, I didn't take a long on Litecoin. I did take two longs. I took a long on Crow and I took a long on Algo, I think, on last week's live. We are still in the red on those trades. We will look at those. They ended up breaking down. That's okay though. You know, I want to show you guys how we enter trades, the logic behind it. Obviously, if I would have put a stop loss on the paper trading account, I would have been exited out a long time ago. But we're going to let them ride and see what happens. But for the most part, guys, most everything is going to be green. I do know that HNT is up big time today, I do believe. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it's up 33.3% to 217. Well, that's probably why, because Helium was like at $25-$30 at one time, so 33.3% gain. It's not really impressive at the overall price of helium. I don't know what it was before, so maybe we'll take a look at the chart and check that out. But the very first thing I want to show you guys tonight is the Bitcoin bull market top, and it's not what you think it's going to be. Everybody thinks Bitcoin's going to 100,000. I myself have even charted it and showed technical analysis showing that it could go to 100,000, which it very well could. But there is this mathematical equation, and I'm going to kind of break it down for you guys a little bit, and we're going to take a look. We're going to jump right on over to TradingView. Now, TradingView, link in the description, you guys. Go join, make a free account, hit me up in the DCA Discord. I'll send you over some free tools. Win-win. You don't need a paid account, so don't be spending any of your money or any of your crypto. You can spend crypto and pay for subscriptions as well now on TradingView, but the free one works good. You don't need the paid one. Unless you're writing your own tools and doing that kind of thing, that'd be about the only reason why you would need it. Or if you are super heavy into trading stocks and stuff like that, you can get the premium subscriptions, and they give you a little bit more data. So, I mean, more data, the more you can get, the more of the story you're going to be able, to read. So, data is always good. But there is a mathematical equation when it comes to the Bitcoin, and basically what it is we're measuring from the bottom to the top, and we're taking that top percentage and we're dividing it by 5.3. So what I'm going to show you, and it's calculated this out all the way from the inception of Bitcoin till current day. I mean, it's nailed it every single time. Now, I'm just going to do round numbers. We're not going to get real crazy into the exact percentage. I'm going to round it off to the nearest whole number, and then we'll go from there. But as you can see, we're back here, 2010. We're going to take a measure from the bottom wick to the top wick, and you guys can see there, we're going to say that is roughly, let's say 30,000, right? So what you're going to do is remember the 30,000. So we'll pull out our handy dandy calculator. 30,000. All right, and then we're going to divide that by 5.3. 5.3 equals 5,660 blah 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 blah. So what we're going to do now is take the measure, and we're going to go down to the bottom where Bitcoin bottomed out. I'm going to bring it to the top. Maybe I did that wrong. Yeah, let's go with 32,000. 32,000. Could maybe even say 33. We'll just say 33. We'll go 33. How you clear this off there? 33 divided by 5.3 gives us this huge ass number, right? So now we're going to go to the bottom of the end of the bear market, and we'll go to the top. Oops, went a little too far. It's about 60-ish thousand, right around in there. About 64, what was our number? 62,000. So obviously if I would have put in the exact percentage, it would have got me closer to the number we have here. So we got 64,000% here. I got 62,000 because I just rounded to the whole number, right? So we went from the bottom to the top, divided that percentage by 5.3, and then took that measurement, that number, and brought it up, and boom, it's at the top right here, okay? So now what we're going to do is take this number, divide it by 5.3, and we'll take another measurement from the bottom. This is the bottom of the bear market. Go to the top of the next one. Really close. 14,000. Getting us pretty close there. Let me clear this off and we'll go back and make sure and double check our math again. If we go from the bottom to top, we're going to say 60,000. So we'll say 60,000 divided by 5.3 gives us 11,320. Take another measurement from the bottom. 11,352 from the bottom of the bear market to the top. Okay, so we'll say let's just say 12,000. Okay, we'll go 12,000 and divide that by 5.3. And give us this number here, 2,264. So then we're going to take our measuring tool, we're going to go over to the bottom of the bear market, right on there, boom, to the top, giving us about 18,053%. So again, if I'd have used the exact numbers, we'd have been a little bit closer to the 2,264. So it's basically nailing the top and getting you really close every time by dividing the percentages by 5.3. So if we take the current bottom, let's just pretend that, let's just say our bottom is going to be $12,000. Okay, we're going to say our bottom is going to be $12,000. So let's make a line at 12,000. And we'll go into the settings, and I want 12,000. Alright, so now it moved it right at 12,000. So let's just say that Bitcoin's going to bottom out at 12,000, right? Measurement to the top is going to be about, we'll say 2,000% divided by 5.3. $377. So let's say our bottom is at 12,000. $377% is only going to put us at 50-some thousand. I told you guys this about a month ago, that the calculations for the next top of Bitcoin's bull run was going to be in the $50,000 area. Was it going to go to 60 to 70 to 80? Using this formula, and you guys go back and test this yourself. You're going to have to rewind the video and go through how I just showed you. One more time, really super quick. Go from the bottom of the market back in 2010, pull it up to your top of the bull run. We're going to say 35,000. Divided by 5.3. It's going to give us this number here. So we take our measurement from the bottom, go to the top of the next bull run, $60,000. I'm going to take 60,000 divided by 5.3. Go to the bottom of the next cycle, pull up to the top, boom, 11,000-ish, 11,000-ish, right? So you can do this all the way across and kind of get, if the formula is correct for current, it's putting us right around the $50,000-$55,000 mark on Bitcoin. What up, Crypto Craig? What up, Tech Man? Drank some 151 proof rum. Ooh, that used to be my jam. back in the early days on DCA. My first like 5 videos, I was pretty drunk, I'd have to say. Was super nervous to be on camera, be on stream. So I was definitely taking shots of 151, hitting the moonshine, all that good stuff to limber up, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't drink no more. That stuff's freaking, whew. Bad decisions are made when Jay drinks. Is it warm where you're at, Tech Man? Because it ain't warm here. Today it was 14 degrees. 14 degrees. Yeah, right, Gundy? Right? Knock your junk in the trunk. Yeah, actually, I still have like 4 or 5 mason jars full of some shine. I wonder if I could send that stuff, if it would make it. Like, if it, you know, put it in something that it wouldn't get broken and send it to you guys. No, I'm not going to drink it. Oh, Tech Man, if you're interested in some rum or Crypto Crag or Gundy, you're interested in some moonshine, let me know. Where I'm from, it's almost as easy to get as walking into a store and buying a 12-pack. Oh, a Golden Wolf, what you need to do is dump boiling water on your windshield. It'll do it real quick. Don't do that, bro. Just joking. Don't mail it, you'll get in trouble. Ah, it's my middle name, sir. Yeah, it'll definitely keep you warm. What I used to do with the 151 is I would mix it with the Lipton extra sweet tea. So what we do is we'd go get a 5th and then go get a couple bottles of sweet tea, dump out about half the tea, and then fill the rest up with the 151. And holy crap, I mean, it would go down super smooth, but you know, a couple times of waking up at a place that you had no idea how the hell you got there. It's like, eh, maybe I should quit drinking this shit. But back to the Bitcoin, long story short, guys, going off the 5.3 mathematical equation here, the next top is looking like it's going to be right around the 50-some thousand mark if you follow the steps that I just did and you go across. Now, obviously, you could probably get different numbers depending on where you think the tops and bottoms are. Because could you say that this is one cycle here, or would you say that this whole thing was one cycle? It just depends on how you're measuring this. But use the multiple of 5.3, and I'm telling you, it's gonna get you close. So now we're gonna jump back down onto the daily. Now, last week we drew this bear flag in, and as you can see, it played out. So we got the breakdown, and right now we're gonna extend this trend line. Whoops, actually I can just get rid of that one, and we're gonna extend this trend line, because now what's happening is we have that trend line as resistance, we have the 21-day moving average as resistance, and then we have this box right here as resistance. So, you know, the chances of Bitcoin getting back above there in like the near future, I think is very slim. I don't think we're gonna get a huge Christmas rally like my clickbait thumbnail says. Right? I think we have way too much resistance here, and we're just not there yet in the market, right? One good thing that we do have going on right now on the daily chart is the 50 and the 21-day moving averages are starting to converge together. So if we can get that 21 above the 50, the purple line goes above the 50, that's going to be a pretty bullish move. It's not like it would be way more bullish if the 200-day moving average was on the bottom of price action. If price action was above the 200 and then we did this cross, it would be off to the races. But as you can see, price action is still below that 200-day moving average. So right now, again, you guys, still short-term bearish. You can see down here on the oscillator that we are in the middle pretty much. We did start to get some momentum to come down here, and we got to come all the way down. Obviously, you know, we got to come down and reset and get back into this overbought area and see what happens, or oversold area. I'm sorry. We get down into the oversold, and then we'll be ready. So be watching for the pump up to the 17,000, and it could even wick up past and go to like 18,000. But look for the rejection in that area. Be watching for it. If you're leverage trading, that would be where I would be placing a short leverage position, betting on it to go down. There's way too much resistance right now. We have the 50, we have the 21, we have the big ass box, and we have the trend line from the bear flag that we have been respecting. We were using this as support, and then once we broke underneath of it, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost a whole, almost a whole week. After today, it'll be a whole week worth of daily candles closing underneath that trend line. As soon as you would have seen this red candle close underneath the trend, right there is your confirmation. And so far, we are respecting and rejecting that resistance. So, not looking good. Not your keys, not your coins. That's right, nerd. That's right, brother. And other sell pressure from miners. Yep. Absolutely. I'm going to have to dig them up, and I will post them into the Discord for you guys. But I have some really sweet, I call them tab tools, because you pull them up in a tab on, in your browser. And there are two different ones. And you can set these little tools up to, what it does is it'll monitor whatever cryptocurrency it is that you are interested in. So if you want to do Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, or whatever it is that you are interested in, you can set this tool up to monitor it. And then it will give you live pop-up alerts on whether huge volume comes in to the exchange where you are watching the asset, or huge volume leaves the exchange. It'll tell you all kinds of different stuff. It'll also tell you if a big buy order was placed or a big sell order was placed on the order book. So they're very handy. I used to use them all the time. So I'll dig those up for you guys and get them sent to you. This halving will be a huge catalyst. Now, do you think it's a little over a year, right? Little over a year for the next halving. I think. I'm not. Let's look up the exact date and time, and I'll have to do that too and make us a timer for the halving. One year, 151 days, 5 hours, 17 minutes, and 27 seconds. Now, do you guys think it's going to be like the last halving that we made it through? Do you think, what was the exact date? Excuse me. Let's see what the exact date of the last one was. May 11th, 2020. So let's go back on the chart and check that out. I probably could just type it in and get there quicker, but who likes to do that cool stuff when you can just drag and pull, right? August, we're almost there. We're almost there. May 2020. So double check that date real quick. May 11th. May 11th. So we're on the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. So right here was the last halving, right? Nothing happened from May till July. So 2 months, and we got a little bit of a pump, but nothing crazy. It wasn't till October that we actually really took off and did something, right? So we have May, June, July, August, September, October, 5 months. Now back in the history, it was usually a little over a year. So like the halving would happen, and then a year would pass, and then it would start mooning. But this last one, as we can see, it only took about 5-6 months before we actually took off. And if you guys was in the DCA Patreon group, if you was in there, you guys knew that we were screaming right there that it was time. So who knows? What is your guys' thoughts? Do you think that it'll take another 5-6 months before we rock it, or do you think that it's going to take off immediately? Because it's so crazy, because it's going to go down to what, 3 Bitcoin or something per block? Isn't it 6 right now, or am I wrong? Is it 3 right now? Yes, absolutely, nerd. I definitely think on the last one, price was baked in for sure. Especially for us guys that have been in this for a long time, you know. I've been doing Bitcoin and cryptocurrency since 2015-ish. Towards the middle end of 2015. But yes, I definitely think that price was baked in. We didn't see shit right now. Yep, so it's 6.25 right now Bitcoin that you're getting per block. And that's going to knock it down to 3.25 Bitcoin per block. Or 3 1/8. Yep, 3 1/8. So that's big, man. That's big. And then the halving after that. Whew, buddy. A little over 1.5. And I watch you guys seriously listen to me. Like, not financial advice, but when these halvings happen like this, it's going to get to a point where most exchanges are only going to be trading paper Bitcoin. Most exchanges are not going to be liquid enough or have enough Bitcoin to be divvying out to everybody. Back in the day, Coinbase had an issue where they could not get enough Bitcoin. So eventually this is going to happen, where Bitcoin is going to be unattainable. You are not just going to be able to jump on Coinbase and buy it. It's not going to happen. The more scarce and the less that you're earning per block, the less it's going to be there. And probably so, a lot of the miners are probably not going to mine it anymore once it gets down that low, because it's not really going to be that profitable. Yeah, Tech Man, my man cave is freezing balls right now because my miner is still down, and it sucks really bad because I'm sitting here freezing my ass off. I need to get it working like super bad, but I'm tired of fucking buying shit for it. Like, I just bought this new motherboard for it, and like 3 or 4 months ago, and I don't know. I probably shouldn't have took everything apart and repasted everything. I probably fucked something up, but neither here nor there. In my opinion, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start stacking more Bitcoin into my personal portfolio than anything else. And most guys that are here right now are doing that anyway. The only time I'm messing around with altcoins is if I'm trading. I'm not really no fanboy of any cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin and maybe Litecoin. I really could give two shits less about all the other ones. Now, that doesn't mean I won't buy and hold them if I think I can make a few dollars off of it, right? So let's go see. Yep, on our Crow trade we're down $390, and on our Algo trade we're down $49. Normally you put a stop loss in there, guys, and you don't get fucked that bad, but So we are at the Bitcoin all-time history index. This is where I like to chart and do the TA on the Bitcoin. It's either this one or I'll look at BLX. BLX is a brave new coin. It's another liquid index for Bitcoin, but it's basically pulling from all the major oracles and compiling all that data into this chart. You get way more information, way more history data when looking at those charts. The prices may be off just a little bit compared to whatever exchange you are, but normally when you go to TradingView and you are actively trading, you want to make sure that you're looking at, like if you're on Binance, you want to make sure you're looking at Bitcoin USD on Binance, right? That way you're getting the most accurate data. That way your entries and exits are going to be very accurate. You don't want to be looking at the all-time history index and then going over to Binance and then trading that, right? So just keep that in mind when you guys are doing your charting and you're looking at your stuff, if you're actively trading. Now, if you're just doing what I'm doing and we're just doing some TA and looking at the overall market, not that big of a deal to look at the Bitcoin all-time history index. So we already did the daily, so right now we are on the weekly. And look, guys, the weekly is making another bull flag, or bear flag, sorry, another bear flag. So, and we got the 50 and 200 converging for that death cross. That 50 crosses under the 200. That's going to be disastrous for Bitcoin. Bitcoin usually dumps pretty good on the death crosses. We usually pump, though, before the dump. Remember that. We pump before the dump. These moving averages are lagging indicators, so they're just a little bit behind. So we'll get that opposite effect there for a couple seconds, and then boom, the floor falls out and shit hits the fan. That's right, Crypto Craig, Bitcoin for the win. When it gets so scarce and you can't just go to Coinbase and buy it, that's when I think it's going to go over 100,000, right? I don't think it's in the cards right now for Bitcoin to go that high. I just don't see it happening. Got to be a bunch of different things happening, and who knows, you guys, our government could be doing all this bad shit, making everybody scared, putting the fear into everybody. That way all of us poor people dump what we have, and then they can scoop up all that shit and then turn right back around, and you guys know how it works. We're not too green behind the ears, right? And I say this a lot too, like with stock trading. You know, us blue collar people are not gonna get the information like the big dogs, right? By the time we see the information, it's already too late. Hardly ever are you gonna make it on time by going off of news and off of fundamentals. That's why TA and reading charts, in my opinion, is super important. It's a very strong tool to have in your tool belt, knowing how to do this. If you can do the technical analysis part of it and then incorporate the news, you can catch the tail end, right? So if we miss the pump on the good news, you should be setting up for that short leverage position. Can't sell unless someone bought. Right on. Man, it's scary to think about the Bitcoin halving. It really is. What's going to happen? What if it gets so unprofitable that the miners, like all of them, shut down and there's nobody there running the blockchain? Oh man. Watch this box of resistance. This is still valid from last week. 1755 to 18,900, right around in that area. It was the same on the daily. I think the daily we set it right around 18,000. So just be keeping an eye on this. This is a significant area of resistance, so I would expect that we probably will hit the top or the bottom of the box. We may even wick up a little bit, but I don't think it's going to go back above the 21 week, and that would be right up there, almost at 19,200 ish. If it does go up above the 21 week moving average, you guys, we want it to close on that weekly candle. We got 3 days, 22 hours left. If it can close above the 21, Then we want a confirmation, and how we're going to get our confirmation is we're going to flip back to our daily, and we're going to watch our daily candles. And if we can get another daily, 2 daily candles that close up above that price range, then it might be safe to say, all right, well, let's take a long position, and it's going to be a super risky long position because we are still in a bear market. So you definitely want to be running really tight stop losses if you're leverage trading and taking longs. In my opinion, you shouldn't be longing anything right now unless, you know, it fucking crashed 30% and you know it's at a bottom. It's too easy to just short in the bear market than it is to try to buy. Leverage trading, I'm speaking on leverage trading, not personally investing in your portfolio, right? Because if you're investing in your portfolio, we don't give a fuck what the price is. We don't care. I don't care. We know that eventually it's going to go up and we're going to make money. So just keep that in mind. If you're leverage trading, it's super risky and you want to be running tight stops when taking long positions. But if it closed above the 21 week, it'd probably pop up there to that 25,000. And that's not even, you know, there's nothing there really going to stop it. You have the 200 week moving average. It's significant, yes. It acts as resistance when we are under it, yes. But that's the only thing there. So it's very possible that if we did close above the 21 week, that we are going to make it above the 200 week. And if we make it above the 200 week, we're going to be taking a shot at this area right along through here. And right now that 50 week moving average is almost lined up with it. So let's just hypothetically say that the moving averages keep on the same path that they're running right now. So somewheres Monday the 30th of January next year, we should be anticipating that death cross. What up, Ralph Cooper? How you doing, brother? Let's go over onto the weekly and see if I can find you another death cross to show you guys an example of what happens when the death cross happens. I don't think we've really had that many on the weekly chart. Yeah, we have not. This will be the first one. This will be the first weekly death cross. Yeah, in Bitcoin history, this will be the first weekly death cross. So if I go back down to a daily, maybe we can find it and show you a little bit better on what happens. Okay, right here, perfect. Okay, so here is a daily death cross, and in the death cross, textbook death cross only happens on the daily chart. Textbook golden cross only happens on the daily chart. I still call them death crosses on the weekly. I'll still call it a golden cross on the weekly. Same with on the monthly. But it's only using your 50 and your 200 moving average. When that 50 crosses underneath, and the 50 is the blue line, and it crosses underneath your 200, 200 is the red line, super bearish. One of the biggest trades I've ever made while leverage trading was on a death cross, and I think it was back, I want to say, see if I can find it. Yeah, it was back when we was at 20,000. That's 40-some thousand. Where the frick's 20,000? There it is. It was right here, where I had one of my biggest trades on this dip. Actually, it would have been over here somewhere probably. But yeah, it was back here. It was right after we was at the 20,000 mark, and we started coming down. We hit down to the 5,088-ish. But yeah, I got in, and it was crazy because I just started learning about the death crosses, and just happened to trade this one. It was the very first one I ever traded, and was one of the biggest trades I ever landed. So it was super cool, you know, it working out as planned. And then that's what got me into like really hammering down on the TA, learning about candles, why things do the things they do, right? Yeah, who's all got snow right now? We got a little dusting, but we do have winter weather warning for starting tomorrow all the way through Christmas. It's supposed to get up into the 40s tomorrow, but it's going to be raining all day, and then it's going to drop down to -0, below zero, and we're going to have flash freezing. So it's going to get really bad where I'm at. Hopefully we don't lose power and stuff. You know, that shit gets on them power lines, it gets heavy, and then stuff breaks, and that'd be a pretty cold and shitty situation. So I gotta get my mining rig fixed, because then all I need to do is just plug the mining rig into the generator and boom, back to heating my house. Go back onto that weekly. I'll leave this here just for a couple seconds, so if anybody wants to kind of draw this in or look at the resistance again and kind of get a good idea of what you should be doing, I'd be selling if we hit that 21 week. That 21 week is at 19,200. It seems like that is the area to beat for right now. If we can get back up above 19 to 20,000 and we can close a couple times above that, that would be very bullish. And then we'd probably be ready and gearing up to take a shot at this next area. This little bastard thing right here, little piece of crap resistance, might be a little hiccup. You know, we might snag up right there for a second, trade sideways for a few days, and then hopefully break to the upside. But again, guys, in my honest opinion, I don't think that we'll get back above that 21 week moving average. I think we still have down to go. This little area is holding us up right now, and then the top of this area is holding us up. So not that big of an area, right, guys? So a drop to that 12,000, been calling it for months. A drop to 12,000, it's there, man. It's there. I think bottom for Bitcoin is going to be anywhere from 12,000, and it could go all the way down to 8,000. A wick down to 8,000. So keep this in mind. In my honest opinion, I think this is going to happen. I think we're going to see it. I just don't want you guys getting like super hyped up if we get back up to this 20,000 range and everybody thinks we're in the clear. We have to get above 20,000, and we got to stay above it, you know, for, you know, a solid 4 to 5 days before I would even think about, maybe let's take a long position and try to ride up to the next area of resistance. So keep this in mind, you guys. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Man, I spent 40-some minutes just on Bitcoin. Ethereum, piece of crap. I don't like it. But here we are on the daily. All kinds of bearish crosses looking like it's about to happen, right? All kinds of them. Let's get that off of there. So we are trading under all the moving averages right now, which is super bearish. We are following this trend. We got a nice little trend that we got going on right here. Whoops. Cancel. So obviously we don't want to break this trend. I don't know if maybe we can draw a pennant pattern in here, possibly. Nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, that's kind of valid, but I don't like it. There ain't enough touches in there for me to actually say that that's a trend line, so we'll just take that right back off there. You could maybe stretch it out like this and do something like that. That's a little bit better. We do not want to fall below this trend line on Ethereum and close under it. Bullish cross is actually possible if the 21 goes above the 50. That would be a bullish cross. So on bullish crosses, we pump or we dump before we pump. So be ready for that. We may fall all the way back down to the trend line right around the $1,161 mark before we get that pump back up there. But we got significant resistance where we're at right now at current prices, right around that 1,221. Up to the thick of it would be right around 1,274 to 1,300. That's going to be a tough area for Ethereum to beat. I honestly still don't understand why people even fucking think of Ethereum. It's the biggest, shittiest crypto, I think, in my opinion. I hate it. I couldn't imagine why anybody would want to still build anything on Ethereum. I just don't understand it. Maybe that's stupid for me to think that way, but why would you build on it when you could do it on something way faster and way cheaper, like Poly or AVAX or anything other than Ethereum? Me too, Ralph. Me too, buddy. I think anywhere from 8 to 9. We might stop at 12 for a little bit and hang out. You know what I mean? Maybe stop at 12, go back up to 15, 16, and back down to 12, and do that song and dance for a little bit, and then down again. We have a long ways to go before we start getting anywhere bullish on Bitcoin. So in due time, guys, this is the time that we should be, putting small little amounts into our personal portfolios and holding that until we hit the next bull cycle. And again, if you didn't catch the beginning of the video, we did a multiple of 5.3 from the bottom of the market cycle to the top of the market cycle. Then you take that percentage, you divide it by 5.3, it gives you another percentage. So then you go to the bottom of the bull run and you pull up to that percentage, and it was pretty much giving you the top. And the current top for this next bull market cycle was right around the $50,000 to $55,000 area. Now, if it didn't top out there, then that would be the only time in Bitcoin's history where the 5.3 multiple did not work. It's worked since for the whole time Bitcoin's been around. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go back to the beginning of the video. We went through it and I did the math. And you guys can do it yourselves as well and map this thing out, and it'll really blow your hair back once you do it yourself. You'll be like, oh shit, it's pretty accurate. Jump over to the weekly. Bearish cross 21 is about to cross under the 200, so that's going to be bearish. We got the 50 coming down. It's kind of doing what Bitcoin's weekly chart is doing. We're going to start converging. Ethereum's just a little behind Bitcoin right now, so we'll just hypothetically say we're going to stay on the same trajectory as we are. Let's just say we go down like this. And Monday, April 10th of next year is looking like a possible death cross on the weekly chart. Yeah, I don't see us getting out of that. Although this, where we're at right now, this current little area is the only significant resistance we have until we get up to this box. So all Ethereum would have to do is get up above right around 1650. If it could get up above that price area and it could stay above it for a few days, even to a week, then obviously we'd be taking a shot at that $2,000 mark. Damn, 64 in the house. Had to turn the heater on first time in like 2 years. Yeah, my furnace has been running. It's actually just kicked on right now. I don't know if you can hear it. I do have a video broadcast on, but I don't know if it's working. Like, does my mic right now like sound staticky at all to you guys? Because like if I play Call of Duty or something and I leave my mic on just like it is right now, everybody's like, oh man, your fucking mic sounds like Velcro. Like, the fuck you talking about, man? I live stream every week and nobody says nothing about it. Why don't you tell your dog to shut up? Tell your kid to be quiet. Have any of you guys played that new Call of Duty? Holy shit balls. It's damn near impossible to play solo. 8 degrees outside, 70 indoors, wood heat. Yeah, wood heat's the best. I really like coal too. I love the smell of coal. Freaking love it. Oh, I need to post some pictures to you guys too. Fabricated this 58-foot long Happy Holiday sign. Had a custom made controller made for it. It's 58 foot long by 4 foot tall, and it's individual letters, right? We did this out of neon. The guy who I work for, his best friend makes neon. And he has a printing business, so like he makes all the labels for Kentucky Fried Chicken, makes labels for a bunch of banks. He does a bunch of stuff for like speeding tickets and shit like that. He does like big time stuff. So thanks, Golden Wolf, appreciate it. But so we teamed up and we made this humongous sign. I think it cost roughly around $35,000 for the sign that we made. But it's freaking awesome. I got to post pictures for you guys in the Discord. The pictures and the video do no justice. I mean, you really would have to go see this thing to like get how big it is. But it took about 6 months to make. Now, obviously, that wasn't like 6 months of full-time work on this thing. It was, you know, in our spare time, we would work on it here and there when we wasn't doing other main jobs, you know what I mean? But it turned out really great. Any of you guys traveling, going out of state, or are you staying home for Christmas? I think for the most part I'm staying right around where I'm from, not really traveling too far away, which is good because it's going to be pretty nasty outside. We got family coming in from Wilmington, North Carolina, and a couple other places that are actually already here, so definitely going to go visit them for a little bit. Christmas bonuses were awesome this year. Take a look at the old Flux. Go down onto the daily. So Flux is bottomed out, and it's making really good support, right around that 42-cent mark. And I keep kicking myself in the ass about this because I wanted to start a node. I still haven't pulled the trigger yet, and I know that when I finally get ready to do it, it's going to be back at $1. You know. But we do got a big buy and a small buy signal on the oscillator. We did get down in here into the oversold area, so that's why it's printed that. And we've been bottoming out on that 42 cents. I think the actual lowest was right around 39-ish. So, you know, possible wick down there. It could even go down to this bottom part of the box at 36 cents. But Flux ain't doing too bad. Got that big buy signal. So watch for a pop-up on Flux to 50 cents. 50 cents, I would probably maybe start thinking about dumping part of your position. Let's see what we got to the left of the chart. Yeah, I'd probably sell everything at 50 cents and then buy back. It got a death cross. Now remember when Ethereum had its merge, everything as far as like Flux, Ergo, and everywhere where the hash rate moved to, those all went on little mini bull runs there for a little bit, right? This was, I think it was back right around in here, and then they all just shit it out. Ooh, sailboat time, huh? Leaving for warmer weather after Christmas. Yeah, you're smart, man. I ask myself every year why the hell I do this on purpose. You know? Oh, man. Who the hell would want to live in Ohio on purpose? Because honest to God, it could be hot as balls 1 second, and it could be snow in the next second, and rain in the next second, back to hot as balls, all in one day. The weather here is ridiculous. Got a nice little trend line right in there. Nice little trend of resistance going on. And that would pop you back up to 45 cents. But I'm thinking, so if you draw this in, and you could draw this in as a channel, you could draw this in as a pennant if you wanted to. Broadening wedge, you could say. Several different patterns here, but they trade the same, right? So if we trade the breakout here, last week we had an asset we were looking at that was a little bit like this as far as the setup, where you had your breakout pattern, and then right at the top of the breakout zone you had two moving averages sitting there acting as resistance. So just be careful if you do decide to trade this breakout or anything of the sort. Just make sure you're using stop losses, you guys. You know the spiel, sound like a broken record, but I just hate seeing you lose money for not putting in a simple stop loss. Super easy. I know it can be annoying on some exchanges, especially like PancakeSwap. Really sucks. I wish they would change it to a percentage, right? So like you enter at this price, and then at negative 25% is where I want my stop loss. I shouldn't have to calculate what negative 25% is, right? But on PancakeSwap, you got to do that to put your stop loss in. Bybit, Coinbase, most of them places have it where you just mark the percentage and then you're done. Super easy, straightforward. Jump over here on CAPSA, onto the daily. About to have a bull or a bearish cross. The 50 is about to go over the 21, so it's going to be bearish. Watch for that resistance at 00633. It's going to be resistance. It'll probably go up here and test that 50-day moving average. We are way down here in the oversold area, so, and we printed a big buy, and it even looks like we had a bullish divergence. Yes, we did. We got a bullish divergence here where it printed this green line. So if you'd have bought at the end of the bullish divergence, you'd have bought right here. Another cool thing is the doji candle right here. This is what you want to see at the bottom of a dump, you guys. So we dump down, boom, doji. Doji represents market indecisiveness. The doji occurs when price virtually opens and closes at the exact same price, causing this real thin body, making it look like a cross. Now sometimes that body can be at the bottom, it could be all the way at the top. It just depends. Myself, if I was trading this and I was watching the chart, I'd have been getting shit ready right here on this candle. Why? Because we seen that we was dumping all the way down here, and then we seen buyers take control on this daily candle. This is a hammer candle, and these are bullish and bearish depending on where they're at on the pump or the dump. So in this case, it's at the bottom of a dump. This would be a bullish hammer candle, and we did get the little pump here. We rejected off that 50-day moving average and come back down. So here we are again with a doji. This would have been a sign to take a buy. Normally you want to wait for your confirmation candle to close, which we got here. So you really wouldn't have taken your trade to over here. Now, if you like being risky and you like, you know, that adrenaline rush like I do, I'd have fucking bought right here on that doji candle, and we'd be riding that thing. But watch for that test of that 50-day moving average. Be taking your profit at that 0.06233 or something like that, right around in that area. It could even wick up to the 21-day at the 6569. But that's pretty good resistance through there. So we'll put it there. And that's a pretty big box, and it's pretty significant. So just be careful here. Before we end the stream, I want to look at HNT. Wonder why it's going up. Dang. Anybody know the news on HNT and what's going on with it? I know that my miners have been plugged in for like 2 years and I have not gotten a single payout on any of it. I did in the beginning. In the very beginning, I was making thousands of dollars, and now I ain't making shit. Like, literally have not got a payout. And I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months. Hey, what's up, Oscar? The one on the bottom, this is the DCA oscillator. It's compiled of a couple different tools. It's got VWAP. That's your yellow wave. It's got money flow index. It's your red line. It turns red and green. You can see it a little bit better through here. I have my overlay settings turned on weird, so won't overlay. I need to get that fixed. It prints bullish and bearish divergences. It will print small buy, small sell, big buy, big sell. The waves, the blue waves, dark blue, light blue, those are momentum waves. And then it has MACD and RSI properties coded in the background. And what I mean by that is MACD and RSI give you overbought, oversold conditions. Well, that's what this oscillator does as well, and that's what these lines up here, these dashed lines are. So when the momentum wave breaches the first dashed line, that's your small buy, small sell. When it breaches the big line, that's your big buy, your big sell. So on the bottom it'd be big buy, on the top it'd be your big sell. And then we have another tool that goes along with this, the DCA power tool. And what the power tool does is it's an EMA ribbon. It has 10 EMA ribbons all together on it, and what the EMA ribbon does is it expands and it contracts, and every time it expands and contracts, it's going to let you know. So when the bands contract together, it's going to say, hey, the band has recovered, it's getting ready to explode. And when the band explode, that's price volatility, however you say it, right? Big price action, big spikes in the movement. I'll go in here to the settings and turn this on so you guys can see. It even has buy and sell signals. I tell everybody to turn them off. You don't want to listen to those. Show your EMA ribbon, and we're going to show doji candles. So this will show you all kinds of different stuff. If you don't know how to read candles, I also have made a tool. It's called DCA Smart Candles, where it will go through and it will show you like bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing. It'll show you different dojis, hammer candles. It shows you everything. Super good tool to have. If you're interested in any of this stuff, you can join the DCA Patreon group. It's $25 a month. You get access to the whole list of tools on this list right here. You get all of these, plus you get access to the private channels in the Discord where we're posting signals and what we're trading and stuff like that. So super awesome. You can hit me up. Join the DCA Discord, link in the description. Definitely join up on that and check out some of the free info that we post in there. Definitely some good stuff going on. I just do the trading side of it. There's, you got Mikkel, Nemesis, and Chris, Gundy, that one guy Oz, Golden Wolf. Them guys are, they're doing all kinds of good mining content and different stuff all the time. Mikkel's doing all kinds of DeFi stuff. So we're not just limited to trading on DCA. We're everywhere, right? We're all over, got our hands in a little bit of everything. So you never know what you'll learn, right? I started my crypto journey as a trader, met the guys, and now I've got interested in mining and built my own mining rig and did all that stuff. So it's been awesome. Check these out too, you guys. Somebody sent me these. Somebody must have been liking something, because I wonder why it's making me sign in again. I'm gonna change that password as soon as we get off here. But check this out. Somebody sent me this Roryman's Laugh NFT. It's pretty sweet. Any of these Rory NFTs have been going for pretty big money. Got me. You got any more Rory? This one's only worth $9. The floor. Here's another one I got. The Dank State of Memes. Well, I'm gonna have to send that to you, Gundy. You might need this one. Pepe the Frog. Mr. Rory. This one's pretty cool. I like this one. Even got a domain. Angry Bull Crypto domain. How sick is that? Super sick. ChemDog 91. It's got a lot of different properties to it. And then my boy sent me some bunny bats. So this was my original bunny bat, but he just sent me this one. And then he's got one more on the way. But these are cool. This has a game. You can go play the game and basically just jump around with your bunny bat and you collect keys. And then you screenshot before you die. So you like randomly will just screenshot every couple minutes of how many keys you got collected. Then you go into the Bunny Bat Discord and you post your picture of the keys you've collected playing the game, and then they multiply that by like 20,000 and they give you a shit ton more keys, and then you can go in and buy Bunny Bat NFTs. And then you go onto the Poly network and see the rarity and see all the good stuff about these. Now I got 2 Genesis, so I got the OG Bunny Bats. This one's 508, this one's 861. So the next one that he's sending to me is a Genesis as well. But I just thought I'd show you guys some of these NFTs, and I don't know if you guys knew this either, but if you are into like unstoppable domains, you do not have to mint your domain through the shitty ass Ethereum network. You can do it all on the Poly network, and last I knew, Poly was doing it for free, so you could go buy your NFT domain, go buy your NFT domain, and then mint it through Poly for free. No gas, nothing. So I'm not 100% if they're still doing it for free or not, but that's how I did these ones. So these 3 were minted through Poly, and then the one that I got sent to me, this was minted through Ethereum. Now I got some smart apes and some little things and my sweet race car. You can actually race this thing and earn rev token. But pretty sick. So Helium hit that 50-day moving average just about. Almost at the $2.45. I can't believe it went down to $1.57. That is effing insane. You guys remember when this shit was all the way up here? $57? $57? I would not... Man, there ain't really... There's a little bit of resistance there, but if it could get above 250 and close, it'd definitely have a shot at 372. $3 to $4. I don't know. I might pull the trigger on this one and buy me a little bit. Because you only have resistance, like significant resistance. We'll be generous and take her up there to the 200. And we'll put our price tags on there. So, I mean, that's the area right there. If we get above that 50-day moving average and close, and we can stay above it. Now you can see on the oscillator, I pulled up here, it printed a buy signal, and then you see momentum. You see how the momentum wave clips off? This is when we're taking our buy. We're not necessarily taking our buy on the dot, right? Because the dot didn't print until after the momentum clipped. Once the momentum clipped, the light blue wave clips off and disappears into the dark blue. That's when we're taking our trade. So if you would have bought where it clipped off at, you would have bought, you'd have bought this candle here, your ass would have puckered a little bit on the drop, and then we'd have got the rocket. So wasn't that long ago, right? It wasn't either. It's just crazy to me, man, that it dropped down to $1.57. That is stupid dumb. Wonder what's going on. Let me check our weekly real fast. Yeah, nothing like real significant happening on the weekly. But my time is up, so what we're going to do real quick is I want to go back to Bitcoin real fast. I want to run through real quick the multiple of 5.3 so you guys can do this on your own. Do it on a monthly. It's a little bit easier. Let's get rid of all the crayon drawings. We're going to take off all the indicators. Okay, so pull up your handy dandy measuring device. You go to the bottom of the market cycle in 2010 and you pull up to the top. That's giving us this big ass percentage. Take your calculator, clear it. You'll put that in. I'm doing the exact number now. You're going to divide it by 5.3. 60,632%, right? I'll put this over here. You're going to go back and grab your measuring device. You're going to go to the bottom of the cycle. So the bottom would be right here. You're going to start from there. And you're going to pull up to the next top of the market cycle. 63,000. So, I mean, we're not too far off. 60,600. We're at 63,900. So, I mean, it's getting you pretty close, right? Oops. So let's take this number, 63,923, divided by 5.3 equals 12,000. So now what we're going to do is grab our handy dandy measuring device. We're going to go to the bottom of the market cycle, which is right here at the double bottom. You're going to pull up to the top of the next market cycle, and look, 12,100-ish. 12,060. So it gets us really close, right? So now let's take that number, 12,185, divided by 5.3. Gives us 2,299. So grab your handy dandy measuring device. You're going to go to the bottom of the market cycle. And you're going to pull up to the top. That's giving us almost 21,000 or almost 2,100. And this is almost 2,300. So, I mean, getting us pretty close. And now, mind you, I could be off a little bit with where I'm stopping and starting my giddy up. So, you know, the numbers could be different. So then going off and just saying that our bottom is 12,000. Okay, our bottom is 12,000. Let's just say we bottom out at 12,000. We pull up the measurement, we do the multiple of 5.3, and it gives us the approximate value of 50, I think it was 53,000-ish for the next market cycle top. So if this formula is correct, which it has been for the entire time Bitcoin's been around, it's very possible that our next market cycle does not break 60,000. But alright guys, I'm jumping off here. It's time for me to go to bed. But I hope you guys all have a great Christmas. Stay safe. Spend time with family and loved ones. Stack them sats. You guys need any help doing anything, you're looking at assets, you want to buy, sell, trade, hit me up. Be more than happy to run through the chart and give you my honest opinion on what I would do. I've been doing that a lot. There's been a lot of people sending me pictures of charts, and it's freaking awesome because you guys are getting more involved and you're learning how to read the charts, and that's where it's at. Especially with crypto. Learn how to read the charts. But you guys have a good night. Thanks, Gundy. Appreciate you. See ya. Golden Wolf. Appreciate you, brother. You too, Ralph Cooper. Crypto Crag. All you guys have a super good Christmas, and I will see you guys. Possibly, I might stream through the weekend because I'm gonna have a long weekend. I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, so we might squeeze one in there. But you guys have a good night, and I'll talk to y'all later.